Welcome back, my friend. Kris Krohn here, and today I've got an interesting subject, which is, do real estate programs really work? And I'm even gonna go broader. Do any programs really work? There's making money on eBay or setting up an Amazon store. Like there's all these gurus and people with pathways of expertise trying to share you their strategies and methodologies. And for just this moment, I wanna put it all on trial. Is this all bull crap? Is this BS? Or can any of these programs actually work? So I had just joined one of the most expensive programs of my life. I've spent a lot of money on my training and my education for programs, and I had just joined this one program, and I already knew that it was going to be insanely successful. And months later into this program, I was talking with a buddy of mine that got started at the same time, and he was complaining, and he was basically saying, "Oh, Kris, they promised they would do this, and then they did that. And then they also said they would do this, but then they did that." And you know, I'm just skeptical. I don't think this thing is turning out the way that I thought that it would be. And I had to pause in that moment and reflect and realize that people like my friend, they're everywhere. Skepticism comes from mistrust. It comes from making bad decisions. It comes from being betrayed or maybe hurt in the past. And sometimes the take-home lesson that we get is clarify, verify, but also be skeptical and, be on guard. And the problem is that all of a sudden the person trying to get the benefit of the program is now the most likely person to sabotage the whole experience. I mean, here's the reality. Like in my world of investing in real estate, I will choose to take on some people that watch these videos, they click the links, they get involved with me, and they're like, "Hey, Kris, dude, be my mentor, give me the training, I'll get live with you at one of your events, and dude, let's go do it in real estate." And then all of a sudden I'm on stage celebrating all these people crushing it and making this difference. Why did they succeed? Was it them or was it me? I have to think about this because I have a responsibility, and I want you to know that some people are out there are integrity with their programs, delivering amazing value, and more than they said that they would. And there are other people, obviously, that have substandard programs. When we ask this question, do programs work? I want to invite you for today's conversation into a space of, instead of evaluating the guru, the program, whether it's good, I want you to start by actually reflecting inward. Because when my buddy was struggling and I wasn't, I want to share with you the #1 secret that worked for me and has worked every time. When I sign up for something and it feels inspired, that's inspiration I'll never second guess. In that moment, I make a decision. The decision I make is that this is the best decision I've ever made because it was inspired. I might be nervous, I might be scared, it might feel like a lot of money, it might be a big time commitment, and you're gonna feel that way because you're out of your comfort zone, and getting outside of your comfort zone is the only way that you're ever going to find what you're looking for. Inside your comfort zone ain't your dreams, ain't your goals, ain't anything that you're looking for. You gotta get out, and when we get out, some of us turn and rend people in pieces like a wild animal. Some of us get nervous and shy and hide our head in the ground like an ostrich, waving the big fat meaty part around for the lion to come out and pounce on him. Or you can step out of your comfort zone in confidence that says, "This is the best decision I ever made." When I joined that program, I invested 6 figures. I returned 7 figures that year for 2 reasons. One, I said, no matter what's gonna happen, no matter if they disappoint on promises, no matter if they do things different than they said, this is the best decision I've ever made because it's inspired. And number 2, I always decide the ROI. I always put a figure in my head. Do I wanna double my income? Do I wanna quadruple my income? Am I altering my relationships, my thoughts, my feelings? What is the result? Friend, whatever program you're considering, whatever you're looking and you're wondering, well, is it gonna work? You're evaluating the system. And I want you to pause and recognize that there's something more important to evaluate than the system, which is who. I want you to evaluate yourself, and I want you to take my advice on my 2 secret sauce, bulletproofizing weapons of how to freaking go out there and crush it. And here's the first one. You're already going to decide up front that the entire experience was a massive success, and it was the best decision you could have ever made. You never want to ever get in the habit of second guessing intuition or that beautiful space of faith. You never want to doubt yourself. And number 2, I want you to decide on what your ROI is. You're not going to be sad if you miss it and happy if you make it. You're just giving yourself a goal so that you can start saying, what is my return emotionally? relationships, financially. Friends, these are the things that I've learned. These 2 secrets mean that every time I mentor, and I want you to know something. Some of you are like, Kris, dude, pick me, pick me, pick me. It's like Donkey and Shrek is like, pick me. But I'm telling you instead, some of you are out there saying, Kris, mentor me, because you might know that if I took you under my wing and started showing you how to make money in real estate, what's the likelihood I'm going to fail? I don't know the meaning of that word. There's no way that's going down. But you, on the other hand, dude, I don't know. Do I bet on you? Should I pick you? Do you have a track record or a history of success of figuring things out when like life gets hard and life gets difficult? If you don't, why should I bet on you? Well, here's the fact. I am willing to bet on you. And if you click the link below, talk to my team, they're going to help you understand what we're looking for to see if we have a match. If we got a match, then I get to mentor you and we get to play. If we do, or if you do anything else ever in your life, I want you to remember these 2 rules. Number 1, you decide up front this was the most successful thing you've ever done. Getting out of your comfort zone is all about getting yourself to push the boundaries and do things you've never done before. Of course you're gonna fall on your face. Of course you're gonna get bloody. Of course you're gonna have moments where you're gonna say it didn't work out, can't, don't, won't. But I need you to get back up again. And I need you to get back up and try even better than you did, learning the lessons so that you have a higher likelihood of success. And number 2, you decide what you want out of it. You control your experience. Friends, I hope this video was helpful today. It came from a place of passion and recognizing that I've developed a system for my success. It's simple. Whenever I'm ready to level up, I don't read a book, I don't go to college. I find someone that already has displayed the ability that I seek 10 times over. If I want to make 10 million, I need to work with someone that's made 100 million. If they encapsulate 10 times what I'm looking for, I will pay that person or make whatever trade I need to, and I get an arrangement with them so I can suck the knowledge out of their head as fast as I can and level up my life. That has worked for me again and again. When it hasn't is when I didn't have these rules. But now that you have them, go find a worthy program, go find a worthy mentor, go find someone that has what you already want. And when you join up with them, it should be a little bit painful. It should challenge you. It should feel a little bit like a sacrifice. But if you make the 2 decisions, this is the best decision I've ever made. Number 2, this is what I expect to get out of it. And then I'm going to put the 3rd one. Do the work. You show up. You do your part. I know that whatever you're going to do, if you follow that advice, you're going to start experiencing life on a higher plane. And for those of you that have been actually like, Kris, dude, can I work with you? Can I mentor with you? The answer is probably. I mean, my team does turn some people away. If you're nasty, crotchety, and negative, we're not going to take you on. But if you've got the right energy, then I want you to make these 2 added decisions and then work with that kind of energy. And if you do, this is going to be a game-changing experience for you. The link is in the description below. Click it, and we'll see you at the top.